Good morning, I'm Jeff Heron, I'm plant manager here at Southern Vinyl. It's August the 19th, 2009. Today we're going to be doing a test that's known as the bracket pull-off test. It's covered under section 5.2 in the AC 174 criteria section. Basically what this test is, you take a short piece of the top rail with the metal inside, you mount it to the bracket and the bracket to the post, just like you would a regular system. But we're going to be pulling directly away from the bracket, putting all of the weight pulling onto the fasteners of the bracket to mainly check, see if the bracket will pass code. We're looking for about 600 pounds on our scale up on the wall. And in order to pass this test, this bracket, you can have some distortion around the fasteners, but if one of the fasteners pulls out of the post or the bracket pulls through the fastener, then you fail. Alright, that's the criteria, so let's fire it up and run it. This is what we're calling competitor A. It's a two-piece bracket. It has a metal piece that mounts to the post inside, and then the metal inside the top rail fastens to that piece of metal, and then you've got a wraparound cover mounts to the post, and then you take the top rail, the H-bar that's in the top rail, fits inside of it, and you have a screw from each side that goes in metal to metal. And once you got all of that, then this is just a decorative cover that goes over all of it. Of course, you have your rail, your vinyl rail over there, and that just covers all the metal for decoration. So, and that's what it looks like. There's your screws going in from the side, and the H-bar is inside this vinyl piece. And once all of it's secured, you slide the bracket over, and it's got a little clip that attaches under the bottom.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go. This is the piece of stub shaft with the competitor A's bracket. The fasteners just pulled loose from the post. The bracket is still held securely to the metal inside the rail. All that looks good. The bracket piece itself looks good. The fasteners just failed in the post. Today we're going to be pulling the Southern Vinyl rail. We're using a T-rail, top rail with an H-bar metal insert. We use a one-piece bracket that has 6 fasteners. We got 2 at the top, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the bottom. And then we use 2 screws to go in from the side that goes through the bracket and through the H-bar that's inside the top rail. We're looking for about 600 pounds on our scale. We use a digital scale inline to give us our readings, and we just got a strap attached, and we'll do the bracket pull-off test. You pull directly away from the bracket, away from the post. You want all of the pressure to be on the bracket and the fasteners. We're not testing the rail now, we're testing the bracket only. So that's what we're looking at. Pounds. Yeah. Hold up. Pull down on what's going to pull. Okay, looks like our failure came in the bracket itself. We've got one screw that pulled out we got 5 screws that are still intact. It looks like on this side was the greatest amount of pressure, and it broke the bracket and sort of pulled that one out, but we've still got 5.
And the purpose is to test this to failure.
Yes, we just pulled it to failure. Once bracket began at the side where the screw goes into the metal inside of the rail. That looked like the first place that it broke, and then it just tore the bracket out. You can see just tore the whole bottom of the bracket out. All 6 of the fasteners were still in the post. What I'm looking at here, these are the 2 sets of fasteners. This is competitor A, which their system requires 3 fasteners where it goes into the post. This is the Southern system, and we use 6 on this one-piece bracket going into the post. And I don't know the scientifics of that, but common sense just says if you've got 6 going in, you're going to have more holding power than the 3. Okay, another comparison that we'd like to make is with this 2-piece bracket, your distance, you've got 3 fasteners and they're in a very small area, so you're concentrated in one section of the post and a small section of the overall bracket height. With the 1-piece bracket that Southern uses, you use 6 fasteners, and they're spread out a minimum of 2 inches between fasteners. Side to side, it's closer to 3, about 2 7/8, but closest it's going to be is about 2 inches.
Well, why do you think that's important?
It just covers a bigger area in the post. They're outside of where the top rail actually fits into the bracket, so I think you just get a more distributed load against your bracket than you do pulling from the center, with a lot of your actual rail being outside of that.
Jeff, what's this bracket, or Eric?
This is the bracket that we use. It's a little different material. It's called a polycarbonate.
Okay.
And I think the testing data that this company has is on this bracket.
Great. Pretty level. 622. Keep going.
Pull out. This side looks okay.
We'll tension on it, but we're good. Take it to failure.
$784 got distortion.
Sir, and this was the polycarbonate bracket, and the failure was...
You have distortion.
Distortion, and absolutely was finally, we got one of these fasteners to rip out.